up, Leo Collective? Thank you for joining me for your energy reading. If this your first time joining me, my name is Keita. If you are a returning tribe member, welcome back. Y'all, this is a song that's been in my head, like literally between the last reading I did and this one. And I'm like, I ain't heard this song in forever. I have not heard it recently. I don't know. I'm just channeling it. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a message in it for the Leo Collective. And it is, depending on how old you are or your taste in music, you might be familiar with it. Just saw 1234. So definitely a message of how you're needing to move forward, right? With 1, 2, 3, 4, that is progression. The message that's coming through is from Player Hater by Notorious B.I.G. It's hold on, I gotta get full character. I gotta do big justice. I gotta do Big Papa justice. So it's good evening. And for my last hit, I'd like to take you back to the classic B.I.G. style, of course. Player, player, player. Turn your head round, turn your head round. Lay on the ground, you've been robbed. He had the ladies echoing everything he say. I love this song. But shit, I forgot about it. I've not heard this song in forever. You know we need this money. And you, yes, baby, you should just roll with me. Let's go out together on this robbing spree. We'll make money. Player, player, player. Turn your head round, turn your head round. Take off that crown. You've been robbed. Yo, Leo, between this song playing in my head before I pulled y'all's cards, and then pulling the cards and seeing what came out, the roads that are blocked for you are you allowing shit outside of you to rob you of what is rightfully yours. Your opening message here and the message that's coming out in this song, don't let them rob you, yo. These player haters. When you got that good old king of the jungle, lioness energy, these wounded ass people that you encounter, they don't like that shit. How dare you? How dare you show up as a leader, shining with this confidence, whether it's pseudo confidence or not. A lot of them, they don't know the damn difference. Somebody like me, I probably can see through it. I'm intuitive. You know what I'm saying? I'm somebody who takes time in solitude to learn about emotions and what lies beyond the veil. I'm tapped into my psychic gifts, and there's hundreds of thousands, zillions of people out there just like me. But a lot of the people that you're encountering, they ain't tapped into them kind of skills, so they don't know whether or not your confidence is the real fucking deal and authentic or not. All they know is that's what you show up with, and they mad. Who is you? Where you come from? Who sent you? And then they start doing shit and start projecting energy onto you, and they start talking about shit that robs you or attempts to rob you of your crown. The song say, take off your crown, lay on the ground, you've been robbed. Just saw 411 because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And your opening message is, don't let them serve you piss and try to convince you that it's peach tea. That's one of my favorite sayings. That's how it ended up on the card. Do not let people tell you one thing when you know in your heart of hearts it's another. You got to learn how to stand on your own too. You got to learn how to or fine tune your ability to, because I don't want to assume that you don't know how to, but fine tune your ability to stand on business and on what resonates for you, opposed to being swayed in whatever direction and so heavily influenced by what other people got to say about this and that, what other people teach you, and instead follow your heart. Do what makes sense to you. Do what, and not just makes sense, because sometimes shit that you feel like is logical is just your trauma playing itself out and influencing your mind state. You have to be a mastermind, which means you master the way you think and don't let your mind master you. But in this regard of not letting them serve you piss and tell you it's peach tea, do your own observation. Do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Do the work to solidify what is of significance to you, what has meaning to you, what resonates with you. Don't let people just tell you any ass thing and sway you in any direction. This journey in 2024 is teaching you to be more of an individual, to step into your power, to not be easily influenced just off 611. Because I'm telling you, up to this point, whether you know it or not, or anybody has ever told you, I'm going to tell you straight up, because I love you, and people who love you tell the truth, right? And I ain't going to feed you piss and try to tell you it's peach tea. If you resonate with this energy up to this point, you've been cloud chasing. You've been cloud chasing and people pleasing, because you have valued other people's opinions, other people's beliefs, whatever somebody done told you, over what you really believe in your heart. Or being open-minded and doing the research for yourself instead of just taking whatever somebody tell you. You know what I'm saying? This journey, this spiritual journey, it's just that. It's spiritual. It's between you and spirit. It's between you and the divine. And God will send you people who you align with, who are meant to help you at certain points along the journey. Some at longer time intervals than others, but whatever the case, you're needed to be able to discern and intuit, meaning using your logic, your wisdom, and your intuition on deciding who stays for how long and what you believe and don't believe. You know what I'm saying? So don't let them serve you piss and try to convince you that it's peach tea. I got so goddamn excited about the song and the messages that came out. I forgot to pull up the spread. So what will help you thrive in this season, in this year? What's going to help you open those roads and move and shift out of, say, a position of survival and into thriving is responsibility. Taking responsibility for your journey, taking responsibility for yourself, taking responsibility for what you believe, taking responsibility for how you got to this point, wherever you are, and taking responsibility for where you are headed and where you want to go. Taking responsibility for what you believe. Don't sit up and point the finger and blame other people for where you are and what you believe up to this point. Even if they did contribute to it, ultimately it is your responsibility to decipher what is true for you. And so it says here, with responsibility, you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. All of that is your responsibility. If ever there is a day of reckoning where you got to stand before the Most High and give an account for your life, that's on you. You can't be like, oh God, but I slapped the shit out that girl because at 21 years old, my mama told me to. God gonna be like, hey, you gonna have to take responsibility for that, my guy. Just on 911. Know that you're protected as you take on this responsibility as well, as you take on more responsibility for your life and its direction and how you got to where you are and where you want to go. Know that Archangel Michael is here to help you cut cords with the excuses, to cut cords with the past narratives, to cut cords with low vibrational entities and energies that serve to keep you low vibrational. Know that you have that angelic support. Tap into it. I've been working with Archangel Michael a lot, but especially here lately. That's why I got my lapis on, because he's represented by the color blue, electric blue. And I've been needing to cut some cords to some thought patterns, to some low vibe people. And I'm telling you, since I started intentionally working with Archangel Michael with certain crystals and frequencies that I'm listening to, and meditations and prayers, and incense, all those things working together to help me manifest that healing. Baby, when I tell you the veil, it's like a whole nother level of the veil being taken from over my eyes to see people's low vibrational behaviors and how they affect me and what lessons they've come to teach me and how to detach or cut those cords or clear that energy from my body. So that's part of our ascension journey. We have to do that work, take responsibility for our lives. And the action that you're needing to take is to jump into this 4 of Wands energy here. That's celebration. That's victory. Celebrate your wins along the journey, whatever they look like for you. Also cultivate community, people you can trust, tribe. You know what I'm saying? Support. Make sure that you have authentic desire. 1111, and this is very much a 1111 is very much a twin flame number, and the 4 of Wands is very much a twin flame card. So in this year, many of you may come into contact with your twin flame or start to resonate with the twin flame journey. Many of you may get into divine union and ground the twin flame journey or union in this year. The 4 of Wands is all about being at home, feeling comfortable, safe, secure, and also represents travel. Y'all got quite a bit of travel cards y'all gonna see as we get on with the reading. Prioritize vacation. These are some of the actions that you're needing to take as you move throughout this year. If you don't feel comfortable where you lay your head, and you just kind of there until you can see better days or whatever, you want to prioritize doing whatever it is you need to do to create the space or to acquire property or move, relocate, whatever the case, to create a strong foundation, stability in your 3D reality. The thing that you're needing to let go of, your mentality, your mind state. Some of the things that you think you know, that you think you're clear on, you're not. You have more to learn. And that's okay. We all have more to learn. From moment to moment, literally. We shift from being the student to the teacher. And sometimes back to the student, back to the teacher, and back to the student, back to the teacher. Be open to that. You can't show up like you just know it all and you got it all together. You know what I'm saying? Be humble enough to understand that in any situation, it could be a learning opportunity for you. And then within that next moment, it could be a teaching opportunity for you. But let go of thinking that you're crystal clear on everything, because there's so much more to learn. If Ace of Swords is the thing that you're needing to let go of. Start off with a clean slate and an open mind. Understanding that you got to learn how or fine-tune your way of taking away the meat and leaving the bones. Take value from whatever situation, and then whatever does not serve you, toss it to the wayside. I tell people all the time, yo, I can learn from a clown, a crack addict, a pimp, a player, a criminal, a priest. I can learn something from anybody. You know what I'm saying? Everything has its light and its dark. And so you just have to have the discernment and the intuitive know-how to be able to decipher for yourself what is of value to you, what is valuable knowledge for you to keep and hold on to and apply to your 3D reality and your daily walk. Your main focus in 2023, 24, about to take y'all backwards. Your main focus in 2024 is this Knight of Swords energy. Decisive action. Change. Swift action. Being more aggressive about the action that you're taking. About the decisions that you're making. Getting in that Knight of Swords energy and rushing forward. Now, that's not to say rush into things. not that. You still want to do your research. You know what I'm saying? You still want to make informed decisions, but don't procrastinate on them. Those ideas that you sitting on, put them into action, because that is Knight of Swords energy. And new opportunities are going to be coming in for you. Again, y'all got a lot of travel energy. So when you get opportunities to travel and see the world, take them. Because 4 Wands is a travel energy. Knight of Swords can very much be a travel energy. And also the 6 of Swords energy is travel energy. And so you definitely want to keep your eyes open for new opportunities as you place moving into calmer waters as a priority for you. So where there is chaos and confusion in your life, and you start to be clear on what that looks like and what areas of your life that's in, and you start to be intentional about getting clarity, about learning new things, about stabilizing those energies and moving into calmer waters, new opportunities are going to unfold for you. There's significance in there being this masculine energy that's doing the work here to stir this boat. And then you got the Child and this feminine energy. You want to also keep in mind that new opportunities will unfold for you as you do the work to integrate your masculine and feminine energy within you, and also your inner child work. A lot of that has to take place before you can come into union with your divine counterpart, if you should be one of those people who are going to be embarking on a twin flame journey in this year. So you definitely want to invest in that work for yourself, and know that if you're doing that internal work as within, so without, you'll eventually start to see that type of a connection come ground for you and come into your 3D reality. Some of the ways to work on integrating your masculine and feminine energy is pay attention to your dreams, your signs and synchronicities that are coming through to you. Of course, getting readings, therapy, but you want to pay attention to, like, with your masculine energy, do you overwork, and are you too aggressive? Is your masculine energy imbalanced? Whether man or woman, we all have masculine and feminine energy. So the masculine energy is giving, is logical, but when you're doing too much of that to the point where you're manipulative or you're over giving or under giving, then that's toxic masculinity, and you want to work on that within you. And if your masculine energy is imbalanced, that means your feminine energy is imbalanced as well. So then you want to start to work on where you have some imbalance in your receptivity, your ability to intuit, and working on your intuitive gifts and your emotions, which is more of a feminine nature. And then we all got an inner child. So you definitely want to invest in working with your inner child and doing that shadow work, going back and recalling some of the traumas that you've experienced as a child, not only your inner child, but your inner teenager as well, which is a part of your inner child work, and understanding that for a lot of us, we have experienced traumatic things as children, and therefore we show up in this world with arrested development. And what arrested development is like, you have a traumatic experience, or 2 or 3 or 15 at some age or some point in your life, and your mental and emotional growth pretty much stops there. And so though you have grown physically, you now 35 years old, you still show up in the world and function as 7-year-old you. So you want to do the work to try to identify those things, and also some things to help heal it, some tools and healing modalities to help you to heal in those areas. And that's going to help you to move toward calmer waters in your life when you're able to identify the source of your trauma, your pain, or the chaos and confusion in your life. And it's going to bring forward, it's going to help you to energetically align with new opportunities for you. Again, we're talking about road opening work. So in hoodoo, You can do role opening work by dressing a candle, working with certain oils. Abre Camino, the herb, is good for role opening. I make a role opener incense blend, and these things will help you along your journey to support you with role opening. But ultimately, it's the work that you do every day to help open those roles and help you to energetically align with the blessing on the other side of opening those roles. And many of you are opening those roles for your lineage. You're breaking generational curses. You're breaking curses that have been passed down from past lives. And so this is not a small matter. It don't feel good. It's uncomfortable. It's trust me, I know. Baby, been there, done that. Still doing it. You hear me? Because there's levels to this shit. It do not stop. But it's worth it. It's very much worth it to do the work, to clear this energy, to elevate and ascend. And even if you don't plan on having kids, be the one to show up in your family as one who privately and in community has done the work to shift the energy and open those roads. The part of yourself, Leo, that needs to be acknowledged is your individuality. Is anybody surprised? That's the thing that the player haters is trying to rob you of, because they want you showing up like a fucking carbon copy of them or everybody else. You know, a lot of times people, even in the spiritual community, they want to take their position as leaders and then make you little minions or copies of them, instead of supporting you becoming your very own version of your highest self, which may not look shit like them in the 3D, may not necessarily align with what they practice. You know what I'm saying? And so we want to be mindful of that. Your beliefs, your goals, your daily practices, how you live your life, how you make your money, who you fucking suck, whatever it is, does not have to look like what other people around you align with or approve of. Individuality. Do this shit your way, like Frank Sinatra said. By the time you get ready to depart this life, I want all of y'all to be able to say, I did it my way. You know what I'm saying? Because that's it for me. I'm going to do it my way. And that has been a hard lesson for me, because I didn't realize up until 2023 just how much of my life I had been living according to trying to appease and live up to the standards of other people and caring about what they might say, what they might think, and letting them project their fears and limited perception and beliefs onto me. But as an individual, I had to learn that the vision God gave to me is my vision. He didn't give it to them. They don't have to understand it. They need to respect that it's my vision. And even then, it ain't even a need. I want them to respect it. But if they don't, I still got to carry out my mission. I still got to be who I signed up to be in this lifetime. I still got to be who I want to be. No longer living life in accordance to what is acceptable in somebody else's sight, especially when I done got that stamp from the big homie G-O-D. You know what I'm saying? And so that is the mission for y'all in this leg of the journey, tapping more into your individuality and where that may be stunted or influenced in some way by others, and how you can step more boldly into your authentic expression of self, having that confidence and that life force energy to just do you. How to best approach challenges. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups follows his heart. It's a very romantically and emotionally, creatively, and intuitively expressive energy. Explore. things from a more emotional standpoint so that you can come to understand what feels good for you and tap more into your individuality. You don't have to commit to any one thing or one ideology, one style of dress or one group. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to commit to anything, but approach it with your whole heart, whatever you do, and enjoy it. Be in the moment and do it in a way that it's romantic. Like, how you practice self-care. Do romantic things for yourself. Try different ways to show yourself self-love and self-care. And that is going to boost your self-esteem, therefore feeding into you being able to show up in your individuality. This journey, the journey of the hero's journey, according to Joseph Campbell. And also, damn, what's bruh name? Not Edgar Casey. It's the other one. I can't think of his name. Carl Jung, the philosopher, psychologist. Carl Jung. A lot of these spiritual practices and beliefs have gotten their, not foundation, but stamp of approval in mainstream because of a lot of the research and work that Carl Jung did. He didn't lay the foundation, because all this shit come from Africa and Egypt. Kemet, from the motherland. But Carl Jung made a lot of this shit digestible for the people and mainstream and westernized. And we thank him for that, you know what I'm saying, for helping to help the information and the practices and shit transcend. He did a lot of work on working with the subconscious and the conscious, understanding the subconscious and the conscious mind, and shit like that. But that's the journey that we're on, the journey of individualization. I'm not making this shit up. You can Google it. There's a whole studies on the journey of individualization. And when we go through these dark nights of the soul, it's to help us become more of our individual self, more of our unconditioned, more of ourself that's not attached to the ways of the matrix, and that is not influenced by our parents, our ancestors, and just really get into the bare bones of who we are, and then building ourselves up from there. Acknowledging those things, gifts, talents, qualities, physical features, all of that we've gotten from our culture, our ancestors, and things like that. But ultimately being who we were created to be as individuals, opposed to all of this other shit that was impressed upon us that created who we show up as in this lifetime. And so you want to be mindful of that as you approach challenges in your life. Just being present, paying attention to how you feel, and taking a more romantic, creative, and intuitive approach to solutions as obstacles present themselves in this year. And then your closing message is, when we stop minimalizing and marginalizing God, we come to understand that we're pretty limitless ourselves. They've been trying to rob you, baby, and tell you that you fit into this little box. You only supposed to do this. You only supposed to talk to these people and fuck with these people. You only should eat this. You only should go there. And when you limit yourself like that, you limit God, the way God shows up in your life. But once you start to take them chains and them barriers and them boundaries off of how you experience God, who you experience God through, you start to unfold and discover that you're a pretty limitless motherfucker yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this message found y'all well, Leo. If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. I just know that I know that with Leo energy in you, already just naturally, innately in you, somewhere off in your chart, taking heed to this message, oh, you finna be a beast. You finna be a motherfucker in these streets. And I'm just happy that I could be the one to pour this type of life force energy into you. So with that being said, if you resonated with the message, hit me down in the comments below. Let me know how you feeling about something that was said, or if something that was said may resonate with somebody that you know. Feel free to share the video, like the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. But with that being said, y'all, until next time, peace.